My full comprehensive review of Avianca Airlines. Now, before I even got on the plane, I was always under the impression that for all airlines, you were allowed one personal item and one carry-on. Nope! Avianca charged me $105 extra for my carry-on, which would piss me off for the remainder of this experience. I understand some domestic carriers charge for non-personal item carry-ons, but I've never experienced this for an international flight, let alone that much of a cost? Upon entering, I noticed the seats also did not have entertainment systems installed on the seat backs, but instead, you have to use your phone, and through a series of instructions, connect to the internal Wi-Fi system to get access to their library of movies and TV shows, and you are requested to use your own headphones. It's kind of like, hey, you figure it out and do it yourself. Also, I noticed the seats did not recline, which made the flight less comfortable. However, the only saving grace was that for one leg of my flight, about 80% of it was booked, so fortunately, I had the entire row to myself for one leg. The flight did have USB and USB-C charging ports, however, only one side had USB and the other had USB-C. So if you had to use one type of outlet, you would have to awkwardly reach over your neighbor's seat to use it or just suck it up and not charge your devices. I noticed all of the windows were scratched. Like, not only just mine, but literally all the windows. I deliberately checked, and I think all of them were. I'm not even joking. Inside the plane, there was some leftover passenger residue on the floor and dust by the air vents. Overall, the ride was smooth, the crew was nice, the fellow passengers were chill and not rowdy or causing trouble. For food, everyone was given a cold ham on brioche bun with what I assume was mayonnaise and mustard and a bag of potato chips, giving a very elementary school cafeteria food sentiment that brought back some unpleasant memories, but that's irrelevant to the review. They offered 3 things for a drink: Coke, water, and coffee. I obviously chose coffee because I'm a coffee guy, and I will say this one cup of coffee was the biggest saving grace. I was surprised. I've had my fair share of bad airplane coffee, but this was the first time I've ever had good coffee on a plane. It was rich, bold, full-bodied, satisfying, and gave me that perfect metabolism kick that lets me know the coffee is working and genuine. This was my favorite part of the flight. The coffee was like the one candle amidst a hurricane guiding me to safety. Overall, for an international flight, I was generally disappointed and expected more. The staff was nice, but the extremely expensive baggage fee and uncomfortable accommodations really brought the score down for me. Originally, I was going to rate this flight a 3.3 out of 10, but the coffee boosted the rating up by 0.8 points, bringing my overall score to 4.1 out of 10.